Don't mind the thunder in the background.
No lightning.
Because a bit of lightning is going to come on over. Alright viewers, here we are at Lower Beachmont. It is a Sunday morning and everyone is out riding their motorcycles. And today we have the CBR650R.
Don't mind
That's right.
This is the Lambs approved 35 kilowatts of power.
That's right. So half the power.
Yeah, half the power. Like,
So
half. Fold it in half. Ain't
Don't-
nothing wrong with that. Don't get too upset. I mean,
No, I'm actually not upset at all. But enough about that. We're going to go out for a quick zip through the hinterland of Lower Beachmont and tell you all about the bike. If you are familiar with Honda's CBR650F model, this weaponized machine is the all-new replacement, erasing the F and introducing the letter R. Malicious in nature, following its aggressive sports styling to its big brother Fireblade. Fitted with an all-new TFT display and Showa suspension, adding 5% more peak power from its previous model. This is the CBR650R, learner-approved motorcycle.
Let's go for a casual cruise. Yeah, what this puppy can do. Casually.
Now, this Honda CBR650R Lambs bike is quite impressive.
yes, extremely impressive.
Very great. It is a fantastic motorcycle. Okay, enough of the fantastic. Here's why.
First thoughts are it's nice and smooth. Like really smooth. It tips in the corners well. How are the brakes? No one behind us? No. And... oh, brakes are good. Yeah, it pulls up well. This does come with ABS. It also comes with traction control, although with 35 kilowatts, I don't really know why you need it. Suppose if it's raining, that's about it really, I guess. It is actually a fun little bike, obviously you're not going to go fast on it, but at the little speeds that it does do, it's quite quick. Let's turn around here. Slow speed handling's good. Watch you don't hit the horn when you're trying to turn off the indicator. How's the rear brake? Oh, rear brake's good. I felt the ABS on that. Yep, feel the ABS kicking in on the rear brake. Obviously the rear brake's going to be easier to lock up than the front.
So, these Nissan branded radial mounted 4-piston calipers and 310mm floating discs up front provide more than enough stopping power and feedback at the lever with no aggressive intentional bite. It is slightly stiff yet attuned when trail braking on the rear. Good old Nissan brakes, they never seem to let us down.
Suspension feels quite good. It's soft, but firm enough to keep you confident through the corners. No cars coming. U-turn. Look at that. No feet down. Oh, that's neutral. Let's try not to do that too often. It was a false neutral, honest. It wasn't me. Alright, we might go and pull in, let Adam have a little play.
Oh, this is a nice dash. Look at that. That's fancy as. Oh, this thing leans really easily. Oh, this thing is so smooth. This is very usable power. This thing just feels so planted. I was not a big fan of this bike at all, but now I'm riding it, I think I might like it. Must admit. This thing feels nice. Oh, bloody corners, yeah! This thing is pretty cool. So far, so far.
Fitted with the SFF USD, or as we like to call it, the 41mm upside down Showa front fork suspension. Although being non-adjustable, the CBR650 aims to mix that recipe for riders looking to satiate their sports tendency without compromising practicality or comfort.
I was surprised with that. I thought, oh, here we go, Showa front fork suspension. This is going to feel every freaking crevice and bump on the road.
No,
But no,
nice.
it absorbs it really well.
My biggest thing, I suppose, for me personally, I love the fact that it's got a 180 rear tyre. It's got big black tyres. It's got big tyres. Lamb's bikes, I think, should all have big tyres. The only thing I really didn't like about the bike was the lack of power. But it's a Lamb's bike. It's too big. That's what happens.
Although this inline 4 has been limited from its full potential of 70 kilowatts at the crank, 35 kilowatts is more than enough power for a beginner rider to have between their novice legs. The power delivery of the CBR650R provides more than enough grunt down low with solid mid-range power at 6,000 RPM, which makes it very ideal for commuting through the city streets of Brisbane. However, when it comes to the point of reaching over that 6,000 RPM mark and take hold of its 4-cylinder engine, you'll only end up disappointing yourself.
One thing, yes, I understand that it's restricted, but you know how much potential it has.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but when I was on the throttle, building up to 6,000 RPM, you can feel something's about to happen. You can feel that lift on the bike and you're going, oh, here it comes. And then as soon as you get past that 6,000 RPM, it's depression.
It's got a bit of a vibration when you get there.
Yeah.
It's like it's being held back. It gets a little bit of a vibrate, but I mean, you just change gears early. You can feel it wanting to go. It's there. It's all there.
Yeah, so you're here in Australia and you're looking into this bike and you're wanting to get an unrestricted version. Unfortunately, Australia will not be bringing them in.
Yeah, you heard right. And that's probably due to the fact that the previous open class model didn't do so well in its sales. And not a shame, really, but I know what you're thinking. Where are the restrictions located inside this 4-cylinder machine that lays dormant? The diameter of the inlet stacks have been dramatically reduced in size, and the ECU mapping limits the amount of airflow and fuel mixture that draws into the inlets. Imagine yourself trying to breathe through a tiny sippy straw with a bent end. Yeah, that's how this poor girl feels right now. So, how does this learner-approved CBR stack up against its competition?
For me, taking off at a, let's say, an R3, you've got that instant get up and go, much like an MT-07, Lamb's approved one. Being the 2-cylinder, of course, it's got the bottom end torque, which they will have the advantage over this. More so the MT-07, not so much the R3. But where this comes into play is that it's more forgiving in whatever gear you're in, and it's got the mid-range grunt to pull you away.
Yep, it's super forgiving. Coming through some of these 30k corners, you can sit in third gear, no dramas, and just roll through it comfortably. Mm-hmm. It's not bogging down or snuffing itself or anything like that or feeling uncomfortable. It just goes through it nicely. Yeah, if you wouldn't really want to be in any lower gear, I did try in second and just accelerating out of the corner. I didn't even notice you then.
Oh, my ghost.
No.
That's why I ride a Ninja. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just riding out of the corner, second gear, you start to throttle out of it, you got to change gear straight away. Yeah, it's just...
And it is quite short gear. I'm not sure if you guys noticed.
Yeah.
Yep. The gears are quite short on this.
You're in fourth by 40k's.
Yeah. But I will say, riding on the highway, top gear, really good. This, I believe, it was around about the 4,000 mark.
Yeah, that's good.
So
it's pretty good. You're going to get great fuel economy with that.
Oh, definitely.
Top gear, 4,000 RPM, 17-litre tank. You're going to go forever.
Well, actually, Scotty, it's a 15.4 litre tank. But, nonetheless, she is a lightweight drinker when it comes to fuel consumption. So you know you'll be saving your money's worth when travelling point A to point B.
Speaking of functionality, I'm so glad this CBR has boot space.
It has boot space.
It has boot space.
Cut it out.
You lift it up on the back and you slide her out.
You got to push down and
You
slide
got to
out.
push down and slide out.
Push down, yep.
And it's got boot space.
Oh, mate.
It has boot space.
Yep. That's basically a ute back there. You got like a whole tray.
You fit a spare tyre in there. You can
right.
also get a couple of 6-packs, cartons,
Yeah,
a pack of Winnie Blues.
Get your takeaway from the bloody smoko shop back to
mate.
work.
Yep.
Stick your pie in there and a drink.
Perfect bike for Deliveroo. But yeah, it's got plenty of room in there. Let's see how much of a pain. No, it's not a pain in the ass to put back on.
Wow, that's new.
The rear pillion seat appears to be a reasonable size considering the majority of new age sports bikes virtually have no pillion seat at all. So we decided to chuck an extra rider on the back to see how the CBR would perform.
Alrighty, now we're cruising with a passenger on. We're doing 50 k's, third gear. You can definitely feel that there's someone else on the back, but it's still nice and smooth to steer. It doesn't feel very rear heavy like you do sometimes on some bikes, and you get a passenger on the back. You can definitely feel that the bike seems a lot lighter in the front and heavier in the rear. But this still feels nice and stable. You can feel the power does struggle a little bit, but it's not too bad. It's still very usable. Bike still pulls up well.
There you go, that was pretty good.
Some bikes, when you're on them and you got a pillion on the back, you can really feel the weight on the back. The front feels light, but on this it still felt nice and even. It was still really easy to move through the corners. It was nice and smooth, flowed really well. Brakes were still good. Engine braking was fantastic with the Pillion. You didn't have to worry about trying to get on that brake. And again, third gear through this stuff, third gear was good. It was right in the meat of the rev range, and you could just power on really well. Coming down, that engine braking in third was really good to help slow you down for the corners. Didn't have to worry about the brake or anything. Yeah.
If you feel more comfortable
As far as the Pillion Rider was concerned, it's doable. But this isn't the most pleasant bike to be buddying up with for a long distance ride. But if you're not looking to add an extra pillion on this motorcycle, comfort for the rider themselves was actually more than satisfying.
Plenty of clearance, so it's quite comfortable. My knees weren't too cramped. Quite a comfortable position. For me, this is more of a sports bike orientation than it is a sports tourer. A sports tourer, you're a little bit more upright.
Yep.
I'm not sure how you felt because you are quite tall. Yeah, you're very tall.
Yeah, I didn't feel out of proportion on the bike where I have in the past on a lot of Lamb's bikes.
Yeah.
This is why I bought a bigger bike, to feel more comfortable on a bike. But this one's great. For a taller rider, it's a nice fit. It's
good. Works out for guys tall and stumpy.
Yeah.
Stumpy approval.
All approval.
Now the price tag. You may find yourself drinking with the flies on this one. The price sits at around $11,000 dues.
Look,
I was a bit...
if you're in the situation where you've got the money to do it, yeah,
Do it.
do it. If it's a bike you like and it's the style you like and you've got the money to do it. Yeah. But
And you've got the Honda reliability with it as well.
But no, I
Thinking of
definitely
where-
agree. And especially with the new rules and regulations here in Australia, you have to have your restricted license for 2 years. I could hold on to this for 2 years.
Oh,
I wouldn't
easy.
get bored of it.
no,
Definitely not. So yeah, I think 11 grand is reasonable considering you get good suspension setup,
good brakes,
good brakes,
Really good brakes.
big wheels,
yep. So and good tires, Dooney lops.
dooney lops,
We got
Dooney lops.
Dooney lops on this bike.
lopdums.
Yes, they grip. They are sticky. They are good tires.
Dunlop tyres, a TFT display, ABS, switchable traction control that can be switched off on the fly. Yeah, it's a pretty sweet deal considering the majority of learner approved motorcycles don't have all these great features that come standard.
One question: Does it have a temp gauge?
Yes, it does.
It does have a temp
It
gauge.
does
I
have a
didn't
temp
notice if it did.
No, it's got it. It's right here.
Has it got a fuel gauge?
It's got a fuel
It's
gauge.
got both.
It's got both. It's
Where?
got
There's
fuel
a fuel
gauge,
gauge.
temp gauge,
'Cause normally-
kilometers, rev,
Well,
rev meter, rev. What do you call it? Rev
Rev gauge.
gauge, rev meter, rev gauge,
Just stick with rev gauge.
rev thingies.
Yep.
And we've got the select buttons here where you can set, and also you can adjust the brightness of it.
Oh,
So if it's too bright for you at night, you can adjust it down.
But not all was perfect, as something very important needed to be addressed.
Oh, I just remembered something. Something I really hated about this bike.
Okay, quick.
I remembered. The high beam is absolutely pathetic.
Oh, okay.
It is crap.
Low beam looks
The,
good.
the light beam, yeah, the headlights, LED headlights are okay, but personally, my Ninja with standard bulbs is better.
Really?
Yeah, and that's got a broken headlight.
probably
This
edited it out.
has two good headlights.
This has
Doesn't have
two
a broken
good
headlights.
Yes.
Both of them work.
Ready? Look into it.
You know it's terrible.
You didn't even see a transition there.
Look at that. That is not a high beam, people. Honda, come on.
But again,
No
we're
again.
nitpicking.
No again.
We're nitpicking.
I don't care. I want a good headlight on a bike if I'm going to be riding at night.
Yeah, very cool.
Maybe a headlight wants a good view.
Well, with that aside, the CBR650 was a brilliant performer in most aspects. let alone its visual appearance, will have most riders second guessing whether it is an open class motorcycle.
I really like this colour too. The matte black is quite a nice finish.
It is nice.
It's going to
With a
be
little
an
bit of-
absolute pain in the ass to clean.
It's got some carbon fibre looking little
Spiffy
bits on it.
bits.
Yeah, spiffy
Spiffy
bits.
bits.
A little bit of wank factor there.
Yes.
Nothing wrong with that, mate.
No, at all. Everyone needs some wank factor.
Yes, especially with these red racing stripes, makes it go faster. Extra 5 non-existent kilowatts, to be exact.
Just go fast bits.
Trust us on that, it will make it go fast.
It most certainly looks the part and does the job. Now, if this CBR has sparked your interest as being your very first motorcycle, Team Moto has cooked up a great deal for you new riders out there. If you're looking into purchasing either a new or used motorcycle, but you haven't gone out of your way to completing your certified license, don't worry, Team Moto has you covered. This free certified license training promotion is a limited time offer and is valid for up to 90 days after your purchase date. Or complete the courses at the motorcycle riding school during the promotional period and receive a full refund for the full course. When you purchase a new or used bike from Team Moto within 60 days of successfully completing your pre-learner and RE license training, yeah, that's a bloody good offer. Now, before we end our video review, we would like to announce our lucky Patreon winner. Congratulations to Skylar Pryor. You have just won yourself a free 60 Degrees t-shirt and key tag. And for all of our Patreons, don't worry, we still have many more great prizes heading your way. So make sure to keep an eye out for our next motorcycle review. Who knows, you may end up being our next Patreon winner. If you have enjoyed this video review, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and head over to our official 60 Degrees YouTube channel where you will find more of our motorcycle reviews and motorcycle related content. Hit that subscribe button if you wish to keep up with our content, of course. We still have many more videos heading your way. But most importantly, don't forget to get on your 2 wheels and free the soul. Thanks for watching, viewers.
So should we ride it some more?
I want to ride it some more because
ride it
you
some more.
guys have had the playthrough here.
Gear to gear. Optimum gear. What?
Go slabs!
Yeah, what the hell?
Pick up my gear. Retrieve my helmet. But I need my riding jacket as well. Asshole.
Hey, look, I'm Matt, and I started 16.
Yeah.
Good to go?
Yeah, we're good.